Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Steven, and I'm going to give my review and my take on Britain's Next Top Model Cycle 5. And I just want to give you a quick backstory about how I found out about Britain's Next Top Model Cycle 5. Um, as you know, there was a British invasion where a whole bunch of British women invaded the United States and took a lot of modeling jobs from American women. This is known as America's Next Top Model, Cycle 18, British Invasion. When I first saw the advertisements for it, I was pretty excited. Um, However, I thought that it should have been our All Stars versus their All Stars instead of our rookies. You know, they're not rookies, not like rookies, but they haven't been on America's Next Top Model. So I felt like it should have been past contestants versus past contestants of Britain's Next Top Model. But anyway, one of the characters I really like, well, not characters, one of the contestants and people that I really liked was Ashley, and also Annalise. And I did some research and found out Ashley, Annalise, and Sophie were on the same season of Britain's Next Top Model. So I went to go watch it just to see, just to see some more of them because I felt like Ashley was eliminated a bit early, and I didn't get my fill. Like I didn't get my fix. So I went to go watch, and I wound up watching Britain's Next Top Model Cycle 5, and I wound up getting to know of some really cool models in addition to Annalise, Sophie, and Ashley. Again, the first episode, they're doing like this boot camp scenario, and it's the casting episode. So they're all working and trying to give their awesome poses so they can get into the house. And the bottom three includes Ashley. I believe it was a girl named Nail, a girl named Natasha, not Natasha. It was another girl too, but I forgot her name. It was Ashley. And I'm surprised that Ashley was picked because she seemed to kind of fade into the background. But I'm thankful that she was picked, though. I guess they saw something in her that maybe she didn't even see in herself. So I know that she's definitely happy, definitely thankful for the opportunity. And then when they get into the house and get to the next episode, they're doing like this nude shoot for this. I believe it's lotion, I believe. And they're like in this like shallow pool with a whole bunch of mangoes. And I'm surprised because usually in America they edit out like nudity, but in Britain they just air it. It's just like whatever. So that was awesome to see them just go with the whole nudity thing and not edit anything out. And also when they curse, they let everything fly just about. In America, it's edited. We don't get the curse words. But in Britain, they let just about anything fly. So that's awesome too. And the bottom two are Sophie and Lisa Ann. And Lisa Ann is eliminated. And I feel bad for her because she should have, I always feel bad for the first person who's eliminated because the first person doesn't really get a chance to show what they got. And also, before that, they did some challenge, and Casey won the challenge. It was about doing this whole, like, a wedding advertisement with a male model. And Misha kind of went crazy about it because she didn't want to kiss a guy. Next episode is, they're doing, like, this weird, like, lesbian graffiti type of photo shoot, which to me doesn't really make sense. It seems like more like exploitation. But the girls go with it. They're not comfortable with it, but they go with it because they're trying to get to the top. And the photographer really seemed to like Casey for some reason. A lot of people seem to like Casey, and that's good. Seeing a woman, especially a woman of color, getting some praise for the way she looks and her personality. So that's good. However, I didn't think that she deserved to be called out first based on her picture, but ultimately I feel that the photographer had the ultimate say in that. And the bottom two are Chloe and Ashley. And a lot of people don't like Chloe. I like Chloe though. And Chloe has had some success since being on Britain's Next Top Model. She has like a lot of Twitter followers, more so than even probably the winner, and some of the people who went on to be on America's Next Top Model. Um, Ultimately, Ashley and Chloe are spared. They get another chance to redeem themselves, and on the next episode they show that they're not happy about it. Their peers, their fellow contestants, are not happy about it. They wanted someone to go, and I think they wanted Chloe to go. I don't know why. I guess it's editing. But I thought Chloe was pretty decent and nice. I don't know why people are hating on Chloe so much. I do feel, however, that her facial structure is not the best facial structure to become a model because it's really chubby. She looks nice, she looks pretty, but her face is really chubby. All right. So episode 4, the girls have a challenge where they have to give a speech, and I believe Daisy wins that challenge. Then afterwards, they have to do this photo shoot for controversial topics, and Ashley gets the topic of domestic violence, and she's been through that situation before. So I feel like that was kind of like, okay, the producers want to cause some drama and see her become emotional so they can have something to put on air. And, once again, the exploitation. But Ashley pulls through it and delivers a great photo. And the bottom two for this episode was Casey and Lauren. Ah, dang it. I wish that Lauren could have had a bit more time to shine. I think she might be Eurasian. I'm not sure. I feel like, again, I really wish she could have had some more time to shine. She seems like an interesting person. But thankfully, at least Casey's still around. So episode 5, they're doing a photo shoot for Kylie Minogue's couture collection. And she makes a cameo on video. I mean, it's not like she's going to actually come here to Britain's Next Top Model. She has way better things to do than that. However, she will send a video of herself. And she just introduces her couture line or whatever. And the girls do a photo shoot. And on the photo shoot, Casey and Chloe suffer, and Jade excels. And ultimately, the bottom two are Chloe and Casey. And it is a shocking double elimination. Chloe and Casey are both eliminated. I like those two. I like both Chloe and Casey, and I'm sad that they were both eliminated. But again, on a previous episode, no one was eliminated, so they have to keep up with the schedule. And on episode 6, they get to go to Iceland. It seemed like such a cool country. It doesn't seem very cosmopolitan or anything, but I would like to pay a visit to Iceland. Huggy is from Iceland. And they do this campaign. Well, not campaign, but they do this commercial, and Sophie wins the challenge for doing the commercial. Ashley nearly throws up because they have to eat sheep's head. And this time around, the judges say that Daisy did the best, and that Daisy, because she did the best, she gets to become a guest judge for the episode. So I'm guessing that they probably couldn't get anyone for this episode, and they gave Daisy that title and position for this episode. However, I think it's pretty cool to see that happen. It does kind of change things up a bit. Thankfully, no one was pretty bitter about it. And Daisy's giving her critique, and I kind of feel like Daisy's photo wasn't the best. But I guess they said she did the best in Iceland. I kind of I liked Haley's photo a lot. And Misha's photo was a bit repetitive. It's like last week's photo. Uh, and Annalise's was a mess. A lot of her photos have been kind of a mess in the competition. And Ashley, she delivered. She did her thing. Sophie, there were some issues there. Viola, some issues there. However, I feel like that was the way she was directed. So that's why you got that photo. And Jay's looked awkward to me. They're all talking about how awesome this photo is, but I'm like, where's her hand? Where's her arm? It's weird. Ultimately, the bottom two for this episode are Madeline and Annalise. In good riddance, Madeline is gone. I didn't like her. I didn't like her attitude. Whenever someone's eliminated, she's all nasty and negative, like, better her than me. Better her than me. So, like, I'm sure she's probably awesome in real life, but I didn't like that. She didn't have to say that. She could have just said, I'm thankful to still be here. And in the next episode, there's an interesting scene where no one pays tribute to Madeline. They pay tribute to every other contestant who's been eliminated, but ultimately, not many people pay tribute to Madeline. And at first I was like, oh, that's pretty nasty. That's not cool. But then I'm thinking, well, that's what you get when you act like that. And Ashley was offended, and she called out Sophie on it. All right, for this episode, they're doing some stunt work, and they're learning how to, like, I don't know what this has to do with modeling, but I guess they're doing some stunt work. And they're learning how to, I guess, portray emotion without actually being in that emotion. So after that, they go on this really interesting photo shoot, and the winner of this photo shoot, well, this is a challenge, but it's still a photo shoot challenge, and the winner gets a campaign with the company who's doing the photo shoot. And there's two winners, Ashley and Sophie. And I'm really happy for Ashley. I'm glad she pulled it out and showed that, she's a contender. Ashley's probably one of my favorite contestants on the show. So I'll put it out there. I have a bias. But nevertheless, Ashley and Sophie win. And however, I thought that, some people did great jobs too. Like, I think Jade pulled it out and did a great job. I think that some people suffered, like Haley, she suffered, or she struggled rather. But she had a tough one. She had to walk down the stairs. But for this episode, they're doing another challenge, which is they're in this big old wind tunnel thing. It's sort of like what they did on Cycle 7 of America's Next Top Model, where they went in this wind tunnel and I think they're either filming them or taking their picture. One of the two. But ultimately, Sophie kind of tricks Viola into believing that people have died from this, and she's nervous about it. Sophie is terrible. And she talks a lot of trash about people. She talks so much garbage about people, man. I'm like, dang, tone it down a little bit. Have you given a compliment since you've been in this competition? All right, on to the photo shoot for this episode. They're doing this cool underwater photo shoot. It's cool for us because it's underwater, and it's not cool for them because they have to be underwater, so they have to think about a lot of things other than just posing. They have to go down. They have to make sure they have enough breath to stay down in order to get the photo shoot. Then they have to make sure they have this big old hat or couture hat on their head while they're doing it. And they're in this dress, so they make sure the dress looks good. There's a lot going on. And this was a tough week. And ultimately, the bottom two for this episode was Daisy and Haley. And I did not like that. I feel like Haley could have been given another chance to redeem herself. Um, as Daisy could have been given another chance as well. Well, she was. Daisy was not eliminated. Haley was eliminated. However, I felt that the bottom two probably should have been Misha and Annalise. Misha's photo was not good, but neither was Haley's. I thought Daisy's photo was pretty decent. It wasn't the best, but I don't think it was the worst. Um, Haley's photo had some issues, but I felt like they could have given her another chance to redeem herself. It was a tough week, though. And ultimately, the casualty for this episode was Haley. Yeah, that's sad. Um, However, on to the next episode. Alright, episode 8, Go Seas. We're on the Go See Challenge. And this time, doing a bit different. Usually on America's Next Top Model, they usually go more so individually. However, they had done group Go Seas as well. And this time they're doing group Go Seas. And they're doing one for this diarrhea remedy, Imodium. And they're not really excited about it, but they're going for it anyway. Annalise wins that Go See, and she's given a campaign with them. And the next one they're doing is for the being a lookbook for somebody. Sophie makes this really awesomely catty comment. Well, not catty, but it's nasty. Not nasty, but a little snarky. How about that? Where she's like, Ashley doesn't know who the designer is. Misha was confused about who the designer was. And as usual, hey, Viola doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, that's so true. Sophie wins that one, and Ashley's pissed about it because she helped Sophie win it, giving her tips. And she didn't choose her to share the prize. She chose Daisy to share the prize. And model Abby Clancy comes in, and she was a contestant on the second season of Britain's Next Top Model. And, you know, Sophie doesn't like, well, she keeps talking over her, and she doesn't like her Liverpoolian accent. And also, she's related to Chloe. They're both cousins. Abby and Chloe are cousins. And this makes for a really good and interesting panel. But a bit later, they're doing a photo shoot, and they're standing in front of a car, and they're having to do this like car on fire type of photo shoot. They did something similar to this in Cycle 9 of America's Next Top Model, where they were in a desert doing a car that's on fire photo shoot. But on to panel. Abby calls out Sophie, and I'm glad that she did. I'm glad she took her down a notch, because Sophie was getting a bit, like, it's a bit too much. It's always something. I know editing can't show people in a negative light, but still, you got to give them something to work with, though. And one thing I want to point out is that Ashley and Misha pretty much had the same pose, more or less. However, they chastised Ashley a lot for ignoring the car. However, Misha did the same thing, and they was just like, oh, you're ignoring the car, but it's still a great photo. But but the bottom two for this episode were Sophie and Annalise. And Annalise was eliminated. And one thing I want to note, there was a bit of a mix-up where it came to Annalise being like doing something that the photographer told her to. The photographer told her to do this, but they were like, "Oh, why did you do that?" And she's like, "I was told to do this." And she was like, "I was doing one thing, but then they told me to do another thing. I was going for a fierce look, but they told me to like the dress is happy and fun." So I'm like, that's a bit like you kind of setting people up to fail when you do that. But I feel like probably Sophie was the better choice keep around. But, you know, Annalise is cool too. I like her personality. All right, on to episode 9. They do like this photo shoot with the band The Script, and they do a photo shoot imitating Kate Moss. And Jay pretty much nails it with the Kate Moss photo shoot the best. I think that Viola nails it the best when it comes to the Script photo shoot, even though people criticize her for bringing down the energy of the photo shoot. But she brought it out of the bag. She did her thing. Um, and ultimately, the bottom two were Ashley and Daisy. Ashley because she was unprofessional and came to the photo shoot hungover, and Daisy because the vitality in her face, like her face, you have to catch it at a good angle. Like it can't be like if you don't catch it at a certain angle, it won't photograph as well. And I'm sorry that it's like that though. I hate that she was eliminated, but alas, someone has to go. It can only be one. Briggs next time. All right. All right, I'm going to speed it up. The international destination for this cycle, they're going to go to Buenos Aires, Argentina. Argentina. La Argentina. This is definitely one of the countries I want to go to before I kick the bucket. I'm like, dang it, you guys are so lucky to go to Argentina. And they do this photo shoot, and Viola, well, they do this commercial challenge, and Viola fails. And they do a photo shoot on, I believe, like a salt glacier or something strange, like a glacier or something, which it looks nice, though. Bottom two for this episode are Ashley and Viola, and Viola's eliminated because they felt that she gave up on her not her photo shoot, but her commercial. And next episode, Sophie kind of says something nice about Viola, which is shocking. She said that, kind of something nice where she said that she wanted her to go for a long time, but now that she's going, it's kind of sad because, she was finally coming out of her shell, like in that last hour. Sadly, she's gone. But this time, this go around, we're doing go-sees in Argentina, and they're doing a group go-see again. And Jade wins the challenge, and people are not happy. And they do another photo shoot where they have to imitate tango dancers, or dancers anyway. And the bottom two are Ashley and Misha. And, ultimately, Ashley's eliminated. I feel that she's had a good run. So I'm kind of like, all right, I can come to terms. I can accept it more. She had a good run. She made it to episode 11. Really, to an extent, I'm a bit surprised, but I'm definitely happy that she made it that far. So the final three are Sophie, Misha, and Jade. And Jade is eliminated. They say that she's too thin and doesn't have the stamina to become a top model. BS, 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 man. They screwed her over with that elimination. I don't know why, but they did. And the top two are Sophie and Anna. I don't know where Annalise. Sophie and Misha are the top two. And ultimately, Misha takes the title. I like Misha. I do. It's something about her I like. I'm not sure what, but it's something about her that I like. However, I think that it's really random that Misha got the title. How did Misha get the title? Well, I won't say it like that. But how did Misha get it, though? It's a bit strange. But I like her look. But I just felt that win was a bit random, though. But anyway, that's my review of Britain's Next Top Model Cycle 5. Let me your comments, your criticisms, and stuff like that. Thanks for watching. I know this was a long video.